What if I told you the signs that your parent might need a new housing plan are already right in front of you, yet most families don't notice them until it's too late? By the time these signs are obvious, the family is stuck making rushed, emotional, and often expensive decisions. The kind of decisions that lead to sleepless nights and I wish we'd done this sooner. I'm going to walk you through the subtle but critical red flags that your parent may need a housing transition so you can plan ahead before a crisis forces your hand. Hi, I'm Dale Corpus, a senior transition specialist and real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. And yes, I'm part of the sandwich generation. That means I'm raising my own family while also helping my aging parents plan for their future. I understand the tug of war between wanting your parents to be safe and happy while also trying to protect your own well being. In this episode, I'll share the early warning signs I see in families across the Bay Area and how spotting them early can save you stress, money, and heartache. Let's dive in. Let's start with Barbara. She's 62, lives in San Jose, and thought she had years before her mom would need to move. Her mom, an 83-year-old widow, still lived in the family home she'd been in for over 40 years. The house was a little cluttered, yes, and she'd slowed down, but she was independent. Then one morning, Barbara's phone rang. Her mom tripped in the kitchen and broke in her wrists. Suddenly, she couldn't cook, clean, or drive. Barbara found herself juggling full-time work, two teenage kids, and now her mom's recovery. She told me later, I wish I'd started looking at options earlier. I had no idea how quickly things could change. This is exactly why spotting red flags early matters. One of the clearest signs is when the home itself becomes unsafe. Look for clutter or tripping hazards like loose rugs or piles of belongings in walkways, poor lighting in stairways or bathrooms, bathrooms without grab bars or non-slip flooring, uneven walkways or cracked driveways outside. If your parent has already had one fall, their risk of another is much higher. And here's the part families often underestimate. A single bad fall can change everything. In the Bay Area, I've seen families spend $20,000 to $40,000 retrofitting a home, adding ramps, stair lifts, bathroom remodels, only to move their loved one 6 months later because care needs outpace what the home could provide. The next warning sign is reduced mobility or worsening chronic conditions. Are they holding onto furniture or walls to get around? Are they skipping meals because cooking feels like too much effort? Are they missing doctor's appointments because driving feels unsafe? These aren't small inconveniences. They're indicators that your parents' independence is starting to slip. In one family I worked with in Walnut Creek, dad stopped going upstairs entirely because of knee pain. He set up a makeshift bedroom in the dining room. It worked for a while until he started avoiding showers because the only bathroom with a walk-in shower was upstairs. That's when the family realized they needed a different plan. A safe home isn't enough if your parent is socially isolated. I've seen seniors in Palo Alto and Danville go from vibrant, active community members to barely leaving the house. The reasons vary: mobility changes, vision issues, loss of friends, but the impact is the same. Depression, faster cognitive decline, physical health deterioration. If your parent's main social contact is the grocery store cashier, it's time to start thinking about environments where connection is built, whether that's an active adult community, assisted living, or even structured in-home programs. If supporting your parent is starting to impact your health, marriage, job, or finances, that's a huge sign. It's time to look at other options. Caregiver burnout is very real. It sneaks up on you, one extra errand here, a late night pharmacy run there, and before you know it, you're running on empty. And when burnout hits, the whole family feels it. Siblings argue, resentment builds, and sometimes the relationship between parent and child suffers. So, once you spot these red flags, what's next? You have to start the conversation early. Here's how. 1, choose the right environment, not at the height of stress. Pick a calm, quiet time. 2, lead with empathy. Acknowledge that these changes are hard. 3, use specific examples. Mom, I notice you haven't been cooking much lately is better than, you can't take care of yourself anymore. 4, frame it as exploring options, not making decisions today. Say, let's look at a couple communities just to see what's out there. This is where I come in. As a senior transition specialist and real estate expert, my job isn't just about selling homes. It's about guiding families through the entire journey. I can assess the home for safety, recommend trusted contractors for modifications, connect you with vetted in-home caregivers, arrange senior living tours, help you plan for financing so you're ready before a crisis hits. I've worked with families who waited until after hospitalization to start planning, and the stress was overwhelming. I've also worked with families who started 6 months early, and when the time came, the transition was smooth, well coordinated, and everyone felt confident. The reality is, there's no perfect time to start these conversations. But I promise you, it's always better to be a little early than a little too late. Your future self will thank you for spotting these signs now. And before we wrap up, if you want even more tips and real family stories about senior transitions, check out my podcast, Simplify Senior Transitions. You can watch all episodes on YouTube and listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Just go to www.simplifyseniortransitions.com/podcasts for all the links in one place. And for those of you watching, if your loved one is considering senior living and you need to figure out what to do with their home, let's talk. Schedule a free consultation with me by clicking on the Calendly link in the video description. Learn more about my services at www.simplifyseniortransitions.com. Have a quick question? DM me on Instagram at soldbydale. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need this information. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode.